Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Just so you know, in this box is my cat sleeping, so we can have, quiet time here, which sometimes is good. But instead of running around, just brought over there, and very tired because it's working too hard. So what do we have here? We have the evil guy, the most evil guy. His name is, except the one in the past, that guy, yeah. And then in this case, we're talking about Vladimir Putin. He announces his 2024 presidential run. So he's going to be running, man. I was, how do you call that, concerned that he will just pass the torch to Dmitry Medvedev. So Vladimir Putin announces 2024 presidential run. And we have Agence France Presse. Putin says he will run for re-election in 2024. What is going on? Who the hell is that? Okay, no judging, but in my head. Anyway, here it is, my friends. Putin is ready to compete with himself. Why? Not because there's no competition. In a way that people would like to challenge him, but they have no chance. I know. I'm not referring to the repressive arm of the Russian system. No, I'm not talking about that. He's too popular. Why? The opinion polls say that he's in between 78 was the lowest I've seen approval rating, 78%, and 82 or 83. That's the margin where he moves in. I mean, something that anybody else would like to dream of. But you can say, well, the Russians, they're lying, and we're not. Okay, good luck with that one. And then there's the first one, and the second one. He killed his opposition. Well, you see that guy Navalny, who supposedly he's the poster child, poster boy, poster pet of the opposition. What I'm talking about, the guy who's still incarcerated and alive and types comments. I think he has Twitter and I don't know if Twitter, but I know he can comment. Just said yesterday that the elections in Russia, he tells us, will be rigged. Okay, Captain Obvious, where aren't they? Oh, in the United States of America, they're not rigged. Ever. Unless Trump wins, then yes, I guess. So what do we have here? We have Putin, obviously, and Navalny. Now, Navalny, who's not going to be running because he's incarcerated for about 17 years. Why? Because he did some hanky-panky with racketeering, I think, some tax evasion, something like this, like Al Capone. The same little thing. And these guys are going to try to get Trump on the same thing. But hey, only Russia has a repressive system. Over here, no. It's land of the free and of the brave. My problem is with this. If Navalny is the big opposition, why is he still alive? How come he's still alive? I mean, if this guy Putin doesn't really care about anybody and is a dictator, what prevents him from, stopping the conversation on that guy and eliminating the competition once and for all? Do you think he cares what the Americans are saying, the Europeans? No, they already talk about this guy as they talk. But, maybe it's because Putin wants to hurt him perpetually. Like the Bible says, once you go over there, you're going to be perpetually forever and ever for the end of the days, which is not going to be any end of the days by Satan, remember? Probably he's going to do that one because it just occurred to me, maybe this guy is Satan. Oh my God. Okay, let's stop science fiction articles or statements here. Let's get back to reality. Now, he's having him over there. The guy violated his parole, which the same, if that happens in the United States of America and you violate your parole, then you do the time, the entire time, which he did by going to Germany without informing his parole officer. If you do that, by law, you have to be punished, and he was. So, bye-bye. He was free. So he was paroled. He was free. Then he got poisoned, again, half poisoned, which I don't believe that the Russians did it. The Russians, I'm talking about these guys, I'll tell you why. Navalny is in Russia, like in the, I don't know, in a cage. And these guys do a halfway job, like they did it in London 2 times or something, and now supposedly in Kiev 1 time with Budanova. I don't believe that. I know stuff, you can get the information. That's history telling you. If these guys get poisoned, these guys do not survive. But these guys are so, how to call it, unprofessional, it seems like. So it's the same with Navalny. Navalny got poisoned and he said, I'm going to go to Germany, because I'm special. And he left. And when he came back on the airport, the officials arrested him, like they would arrest anybody, any American who would be able to leave the country without telling his probation or parole officer. But hey, Russia is as this. So Russia, if Putin is alive, he's going obviously to win the elections. He's going to remain the Russian president legally, because he's not doing anything illegal. If you think he's doing something illegal, look at Netanyahu, the prime minister of how do you call it, of Israel. And there are so many other examples where, wait and then come back, like Trump is trying right now. So just because it happens in Russia, unless you think the Russians are somehow bad and we are good, then yeah, nothing wrong under the Constitution. He was president, prime minister, president, and now he's allowed by the Constitution to run again. What do you want? So anyway, I know some people don't like it. I know some people like it, but you know what matters? What the Russian people want. The same here. The Americans should not care if, I don't know, the Germans like how the Americans are voting. Okay? And vice versa. Because the elections are of the country with whomever participates over there. On the other hand, you have to understand, if you don't know so as of now, Russia is a different kind of society. And people say, Stalin was bad, Lenin was bad, Trotsky was bad, Kaganovich was bad, blah, blah, blah was bad, the Soviets were bad. Yeah, but what would have been the alternative? If they were good, they probably would have been killed on the side of the road in the first 3 days. Now, if you would have a Kennedy, you just get him and dropping, let's say, after, Lenin died. And you put JFK, the guy that Oswald shot, remember? Yeah, okay. That's another science fiction for me. So if you would get Kennedy over there, Kennedy would have been gone in 3 hours. Gone. It's a different kind of dealing with things. And you say, well, you're talking about the Russians are different. Well, they do certain things differently. Let's put it this way. Remember when Putin got in power, right? In 1999, December, when Yeltsin, right? Then Putin got in power. Who were in charge of the Russian government? The oligarchs. We will not look into their early life, the oligarchs' early life. We're not going to check where they were born, which is Soviet Union, or what families they come from, or what religion they did. We're not going to look into. No, that's forbidden. Okay, but you can look if you want. I let you do that. All right. So then you're going to find out how was in Russia at that time with assassinations blown up and oligarchs. When this guy came over there, how do you think he strengthened things out? He got rid of all those oligarchs. The Russian economy went from $800 per capita. I think it jumped to 17,000 in 15 years or something. That's an achievement for these guys. And then they don't forget that one. Have you seen some videos from Moscow, for instance? Or you can say, well, it's just Moscow. Well, the same thing is with any American city. I can go in any city you want me to go over, let's say, $300,000, $2, 300,000 people. And I'm going to, if I want to do a documentary of 5 hours, I would show you neighborhood and streets and buildings and schools that you would think you are in somewhere else. I can't say it, right? Fifth world country. Fifth world country. So it depends how you look at it. There are beautiful places, but there are awful places. The same over there too. But look how, for instance, Moscow was in 1999 or 2000 when Putin got in power, and look how it was, I don't know, 10 years after he got in power. The economy picked up differently, the military was restructured. So for many Russians, they don't forget that one. And remember, you always have the young generation. The young generation was formed under a certain kind of education. And if that education was done right, those guys will be your boys. As in the United States of America, these guys, children in school, they were, ideology. When they're going to get 18, 19, 12, to 20 or 21 or something like this, and people will ask them, what do you think about this, perversion? Oh, it's just fine. Why? It's just fine. Love is love. Why? Because they did all that in school since kindergarten. So, and the mass media, obviously, the entertainment, the Hollywood, all these guys. So when you get 18 and you go to vote or whatever you go to vote, but you already are screwed. Same as in any country, where they say, well, the Hitler-Jugend. Hitler-Jugend were no different than, others doing, instilling them with certain kind of worldview. I have to watch my language, you know what I mean. Certain vision. All right, so Putin will win if he's alive. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.